Could a plant that causes blisters on your skin be the secret to curing your most painful digestive issues? In the ancient texts of Ayurveda, there is one herb so powerful that its name is literally the word for fire. It is called Chitrak. If you are someone who has struggled for years with the physical and emotional toll of chronic indigestion, recurring piles, or the frustration of skin conditions like vitiligo, you have likely looked for answers in 100 different bottles. But what if the answer wasn't a gentle leaf, but a botanical flame? Today, we are diving deep into the world of Plumbago zeylanica, also known as leadwort. We are going to explore how this plant can incinerate toxins in your gut, but we are also going to talk about the catch, because there is always a catch with a plant this potent. If you handle it wrong, it will blister your skin or cause internal ulcers. I am going to show you how to harness this fire safely, drawing from the gold standards of Ayurvedic literature like the Karaka Samhita and the Ashtanga Hridaya, alongside modern phytochemical research. To understand Chitrak, you have to understand the concept of Agni, or the digestive fire. In Ayurveda, almost every synonym for fire is used to describe this herb. Names like Anila, Dahana, and Juti are not just poetic, they are a warning and a promise. When practitioners harvest this root, they often feel a literal burning sensation on their palms just by touching it. This is due to a powerful irritant called plumbago. While modern science views plumbago as a bioactive compound with anticonvulsant and hepatoprotective activities, ancient doctors viewed it as a tool to scrape away unwanted tissue and toxic buildup. This scraping property, known as lekaniya, is what makes Chitrak the absolute king of the category for conditions that feel stuck or stagnant in the body. If you are one of the millions of people dealing with the pain of non-bleeding hemorrhoids, you know the frustration of treatments that only provide temporary relief. Ayurveda teaches that for piles dominated by Vata and Kapha, where there is pain, itching, and discharge, there is no better medicine than buttermilk processed with Chitrak. But you cannot just toss the root into a glass. The traditional protocol is a beautiful, slow process. You take the purified root paste and smear it over the inner surface of a mud pot. You then store your buttermilk in that pot overnight. By the next morning, the buttermilk has absorbed the medicinal essence of the fire plant without the harshness that causes irritation. If you are in a rush, a modern tweak is to add 2 or 3 pinches of coarse Chitrak powder to 100 ml of buttermilk and let it sit for 2 to 3 hours before filtering. This simple remedy helps correct your digestive enzymes, improves liver function, and actually works to reduce the size of the pile mass from the inside out. The power of Chitrak extends far beyond the gut. For those frustrated by the slow progress of treating vitiligo or leukoderma, the ancient texts offer a unique rejuvenation protocol. Imagine cooking 100 grams of leadwort root skin with 800 milliliters of milk. Once filtered and curdled, you obtain a medicinal ghee. When applied to the skin for just over a week, the lesion often begins to turn a reddish brown, signaling that the dormant pigments are being stirred back to life by the herb's heat. This same heat is used for necrosing wounds and warts. By washing a stubborn wound with a neem decoction fortified with a few pinches of Chitrak powder, you are essentially purifying the site, clearing away the dead tissue so the body can finally begin to heal. However, we must talk about the safety first guide, because this fire does not discriminate. Chitrak is a potent stimulant, and in high doses, it can become a toxin. It is strictly classified as an abortifacient, meaning it should never, under any circumstances, be used during pregnancy. It can worsen gastritis and heavy periods. If you are a pitta body type, or if it is the peak of a hot summer, you must be incredibly cautious. The maximum dose of the root bark powder is only 1 to 2 grams per day, divided into smaller portions. But what happens if you overdo it? What if you feel that internal burn or see a nasal bleed? This is where the wisdom of the antidote comes in. To neutralize the excess fire, Ayurveda recommends dissolving a tablespoon of jaggery in a cup of water or drinking cold cow's milk. These cooling substances act as a buffer, protecting your delicate tissues from the herb's intensity. To make the herb truly safe for clinical use, it undergoes a process called shodhana, or purification. This isn't just a ritual, it is a chemical transformation. The roots are cut into small pieces and immersed in lime water for 3 hours, a process that is repeated several times. Some practitioners go even further, soaking the roots in cow urine or lime water for 7 full days, changing the liquid every 24 hours. This intensive process tames the plumbago, turning a potential irritant into a life-saving nectar. It is this attention to detail that separates a dangerous plant from a legendary medicine. When you look at the broad spectrum of Chitrak, you see a plant that is part of the famous Remedies group, alongside Musta and Vedana, used to clear the body of parasitic worms. You see a rejuvenator that, when taken with ghee and sesame oil for a year, was said by ancient sages to allow a person to live for a century. Whether it is used in the form of Chitrakadi Vati for indigestion or Kalyanagulum for skin conditions, the message is clear. This herb is the ultimate example of the Ayurvedic principle that a poison can become a nectar if processed properly by a skillful hand. If you respect the fire, it will not burn you, it will light the way to your recovery. So, as you explore these ancient remedies, remember that the goal isn't just to suppress a symptom, but to rekindle your internal flame and scrape away the obstacles to your health. Respect the potency, follow the purification, and you may find that the fire of Chitrak is exactly what you need to transform your life. Take 2 seconds, like, share, comment, and follow, because knowledge like this deserves to spread.